Hey, it's our Penalized Math and History, and we are going to be solving the quadratic equations with the square roots. So, what we're going to do to start today's video is we are going to try and find out what two values represent x, because there's an x squared. We are going to we are going to expect two answers that could go in for x to make this equation true. But we're going to use that by factoring. When we factor, we want to use the twin binomials. So what we're going to do is, from the previous few videos, when we've been factoring out numbers and trying to figure out what the two binomials to make a trinomial is, we gotta subtract this side by 72 and subtract that side by 72 to get it on the other side. So now we have x squared. Not only that, negative 72. We gotta move that x to the other side too. So we also gotta subtract this side by x and subtract that side by x. So now we have x squared is going to be minus that by x. Minus that by 72 is going to equal 0. We want to try and find out what two values for x can go in for 0. Our next step is we have to use the diamond problem. You know, when we have the c value on the top and the b value on the bottom. If you ever watched the video when we use the diamond problem for pulling out the numbers and trying to find the factors, we use that to find what the x's are and what the numbers are. Here's an example. We use the formula ax squared plus bx plus c. So here's ax squared, bx, and c. So what we gotta do is do negative 72, which is c, subtract that by negative 1, which is b. So what two numbers can multiply to negative 72 and negative 1? Well, what we could do is we could do 9 and 8, because they both go into negative 72 and negative 1. But we have to do it as a negative 9, so that makes them true. So now we have x plus 8 as 1, and the other one is x minus 9. There's two more steps we have to do until we get the two x's. We have to simplify them out using the zero product. So x plus 8, and we have x minus 9, and that's going to equal, subtract that by 8, subtract that by 8, add by 9, add by 9. For the first one, x is going to equal negative 8. Or x is going to also equal positive 9. And those are the two answers for trying to make this equation true, or this quadratic trinomial. Right now, this probably took like 3 minutes to do to find the x's. But there's actually an even faster way. It's called with the square roots. Solving the quadratic equations with square roots.
Whoa, I see you are a magician. But that voodoo does not erase what you've done.
You need to relax. Have a seat and cool off.
Geez, some people are so pushy.
Just don't sit on the lever! Now the ride is stuck in dangerous super fast mode!
You told me to sit on it.
Okay, so this time we are going to try and solve this one and pull out two numbers for x. But we are going to square root them. What we gotta do is do it in 3 easy steps. 1, we have to add this side by 12 and that side by 12, so we get x squared equals 12. The second step is we have to square root the x squared and square root the 12, because we want to find out what x is. when we do that, we get x equals, 12 is not a perfect square. So we can pull out 4 and 3 as square roots and try to figure out which is a perfect square. So if 4 is a perfect square, we can take it out to form a 2. And since we didn't use that square root of 3, our final answer is 2, the square root of 3. But we have to use an add and subtract sign, indicating that it could be positive 2 times square root of 3 or negative 2 times square root 3. And that is a faster way of trying to find out what x is. The reason why we didn't pull out x is because when you are trying to find the quadratic trinomials and find the products or the factors, you will never find 2 x's. You will find out 1. We're going to explain why in the next video, why you only find 1. And that is how we can find the quadratic equations and solve them with the square roots. I hope this video has helped you. Thank you for watching Tao Ping and Life's Math Industry. Like and subscribe.